welcome back to the channel. Let's get your shift together. I'm Coach Adriana, and I empower survivors of narcissistic abuse to heal, set boundaries, and live life on their own terms. I'm a fellow survivor as well. I was raised by a narcissistic mother. I dated more narcissists than I'm proud to admit. I did break the cycle. I did eventually find my now husband. He's normal. I am proof that you can absolutely break that cycle too. And long story short, chronic pain is what led me to be a coach, but that might be a video for another day. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about if you're allowed to feel hurt by the stuff that the narcissist has done and said to you. Before we dive in, if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Subscribing, liking, and commenting definitely do help my channel to grow, and it helps the content get seen by more people who need to see it. So I do appreciate any algorithm boosting activities that you can do. And if you are interested in personalized support from me, check out the link in the description. I do offer coaching, one-on-one and group, plus some self-paced courses and things like that too. All you have to do is go to the link in the description. You'll see all the options that are available. So let's dive in to today's video. So many survivors of narcissistic abuse gaslight themselves and truly believe that they're not allowed to feel hurt by what the narcissist said or did. And if you question if you're allowed to feel hurt, you obviously want to watch this video. So let's get straight to the point, because I find that I'm gonna go on a little tangent right now. Okay, I'm gonna get to the point first, then I'm gonna do the tangent. Okay, straight to the point. Yes, you are allowed to feel hurt. But my quick tangent that I just want to throw out there, I just find that so many people on YouTube never get to the point. They'll have a video about something and you're watching it, and next thing you know, you're 20 minutes in and you don't even remember what the video was about anymore because they're so far off the point. And I just wonder if it's clickbait or what. And I've had a few clients even reach out to me and tell me that this is even the case for narcissistic abuse recovery YouTubers, that they don't get to the point and they cause even more confusion. And I hate that. Last thing you need is to be more confused by content that is supposed to be helpful for you, and then you have to dig for the answer, and they don't just give you the answer when it seemed like the video was going to promise to just give you the very quick answer that you were looking for. So if there's any topics that you have been exhaustively searching for on YouTube and you haven't been able to find any other creators that could just give a straight answer on how to handle a certain type of situation, feel free to leave a comment under this video, and I'm going to try my best to get videos created. I can't promise when, but they will get created. And if I can do something to help the situation, I am more than happy to do so. Because I don't know, it's mind-boggling to me that these pages just have so many subscribers and views and stuff like that, and they never get to the point. They just talk in circles about, half of the point. And I don't know, maybe I need to change up my YouTube marketing, but I just don't feel right doing that. So I'm gonna stop that tangent now before I turn into one of those people and continue getting to the point. So yes, you are absolutely allowed to feel hurt by what the narcissist said or did to you. And the real question here is, what gives the narcissist the authority to decide how you're supposed to feel? It's not up to them. But the thing is that narcissists manipulate you so much to the point where you end up with faulty belief systems. And so the narcissist in your life may have made you believe that they are the authority on your life and how you feel or how you don't feel and what you do and what you don't do and, every aspect of your life. And this is a core belief that this person is in charge of your life. They're the authority on your life, especially if you were raised by a narcissistic parent. Because this false belief was conditioned into you from day one without you even having any chance in hell to be able to recognize it. And one of the biggest reasons that narcissists abuse the people closest to them, because they treat their acquaintances like gold. Let's be realistic here. They're so nice to everybody else, but they're so terrible to you. That is by design, right? Because if, they have to first of all put on this front that they're this wonderful person, so everybody thinks they're great. And then they only abuse the people closest to them, because if you were to say something to somebody else, they would all think you're crazy. And that kind of aids in all the gaslighting and makes you gaslight yourself even more because everybody's disagreeing with you. And the reason that narcissists only abuse the people that are closest to them is because there is such a big built-in layer of trust that already exists within that relationship. So obviously, if it's a parent, like there's no choice but to trust your parent. You had to trust your parent in order to survive. And if it's a significant other that you've been with for a long time, they created that trust through the love bombing stages, right? And especially that initial love bombing stage at the very beginning of the relationship. That is not a misspeak. I said what I said. And you know, they put on this whole thing where like everything is just rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes you get little glimpses of it, but you never truly go back to how good it was, but you're like in love with the potential of what it could be again, but it's never going to be. That's how they create the trust, through love bombing. And what do we do with people we trust? We believe them. So if you've ever felt hurt by something that the narcissist said or did, and you tried to convey that to them, which we all know now is a big mistake, because there is that built-in layer of trust. Anytime that you express your feelings, they shut you down. For example, they may have told you that you're too sensitive, you're overreacting, you're unhinged, you're crazy, you're the problem, something is wrong with you, you're this, you're that, whatever. And you did what anybody else in your situation would do when they have somebody that they trust telling them these things about themselves. You believe them. So let's do a little crash course now on emotions and how narcissists mess with your emotions and your belief systems and your internal guidance, because it all ties in with what I'm talking about. So we're going to use anger as an example, the emotion of anger, and I'm choosing anger because it has such a bad reputation, right? Like when we think of anger, we think of like horrible violence and stuff like that, and obviously, you know, that's beyond my pay grade. But anger in general is just a normal human emotion, like fear, sadness, happiness. Like anger informs us. Any emotion informs us. And that's what emotions do. They inform us. They're information. They are energy in motion that we feel in our bodies that tell us about a situation that is happening. So if you're pissed off about something that the narcissist in your life said or did, and you tell them that it pissed you off and you convey it to them in some way, like maybe you say, hey, can you not do that again in the future? That really upset me. And, you know, it was just really not okay. This would be like good, reasonable thing to say to a normal person that, you know, is capable of self-reflection and having a civilized conversation with to resolve problems. But if you're here, you're dealing with a narcissist, and chances are you've tried to have a conversation like this. And instead of, you know, having a civilized conversation and talking things through, they probably told you that something's wrong with you, or being angry about this, you're not allowed to be angry, you're disrespecting them by being angry, you know, the whole song and dance. And when they do this, not only do they get to evade accountability, they also distract you from the real problem. The real problem is the fact that they are abusing you, right? They just did something to piss you off. But now they've gotten you to repress that anger, push it down, ignore it, and you're distracted by a manufactured problem, that you're the problem and something's wrong with you, and you just have like, you know, your emotions are just too big. It's so weird that you're angry about this horrible thing that they did to you that would piss anybody off, but you know, because it's them doing it, they're so special that you shouldn't be angry about it. And now you're distracted by the fact that, you know, maybe something's wrong with you, and then you're working to strive to like not be angry with them, and you're continuing to repress that anger. And what happens with repressed emotions? They go nowhere, they stay stuck in the body, becomes a pressure cooker, and they can manifest as physical chronic pain, which I have so many videos about on this channel all over the place. Might have to make an updated one, but we'll get there. And so instead of being focused on the real issue now of their abuse, you're focused on like this fake issue that they created, that, you know, you're just so unhinged by being reasonably angry about something anybody would be angry about and in general. And you miss out on the message that the anger would have had for you. And anger has a very specific message, and it's along the lines of a boundary was crossed, something not okay happened here, time to reassess the situation, maybe create some distance, maybe set some boundaries. But you're not going to get that message because you've repressed the anger, because the narcissist distracted you by making you believe that you were the issue for feeling angry to begin with. Emotions are literally your guidance system. Like I said, they're your GPS, and narcissists will do everything in their power to ensure that you are not trusting your internal guidance, that you're not trusting your intuition, that you're not hearing your intuition, because your intuition is a small whisper, whereas the voice of the narcissist, the inner critic, is so loud and so overpowering that your intuition doesn't have a shot in hell to be heard by you. But you can turn that around, so there is hope. But instead of listening to your internal guidance system, because now you don't even know how to hear it because they have, you know, kind of messed around with the wiring in your brain, so to speak, you're not listening to that intuition of yours or that internal guidance of yours. You're listening to them. That's what they want. And this keeps you in a cycle of confusion because confused people are easier to control. So narcissists want you to be confused because then they get to continue that cycle of abuse with you over and over and over again. And when you're genuinely believing that you're the problem, the abuse gets swept under the rug, and you're focused on how like abnormal you are because of these crazy emotions that you have, but you really shouldn't have because that the narcissist said you shouldn't have them. The reality is it is completely normal to have emotions, and it is completely normal to feel hurt when somebody hurts you. You would not feel hurt if this person did not do something hurtful. There's no emotion that you're not allowed to feel. Your emotions are for you. It's not up to anybody else. You are the only person who experiences your nervous system, your emotions, and you are allowed to feel however you feel in any given moment. And you are not committing any crimes by having emotions and feelings about, situations in your life. But obviously, the narcissist is going to make you believe otherwise. The other thing that I really want you to understand is that it is none of the narcissist's business how you are feeling. If you ever share with them how you feel, they're going to take how you feel and make that the problem. If you're happy about something, they're going to do whatever they can to shut down your joy. If you're angry about something that they did, they're going to tell you about how you're the problem. If you're sad about something, they're going to tell you how you're way too sensitive for being sad about this thing that happened. Anytime you communicate to a narcissist how you feel, which is always a mistake, never do it. We've all made the mistakes. I've done it. I know you've done it. But stop doing it. Easier said than done, but try to make a conscious effort to stop telling them how you feel because it's never going to go well. They're always going to take how you feel and make that the problem. And then they're going to start improvising new ways on how to make you feel even worse because it's all about supply. Supply is the narcissist's goal. What is supply? This is your emotional reaction, your time, your energy, your engagement in pointless conversations that really are just a waste of your time and energy, your words, your resources, basically any energy and attention that you exert towards this person is what they're feeding off of. It's weird. It's really fucking weird. Like, it doesn't make any sense, especially when you're a normal person with empathy who could never imagine doing this to other people because this is how you get your jollies. So don't sweat it if like the concept of supply makes no sense to you. It really just means you're a normal person with empathy who isn't wired that way. If the narcissist knows that you're hurt, they are thrilled that you're hurt. Knowing that they were able to hurt you literally makes them feel powerful and in control. And then if you tell them that they hurt you, they're going to try to hurt you even more by telling you that you can't feel hurt by what they did. Because then that's going to make you feel even worse and you're going to have more of an emotional reaction. And then that's more of your emotions and energy for them to feed off of. They're literally emotional vampires. And this is why it's so important to do the inner emotional work. Because especially if you're raised by a narcissistic parent, this is decades, a lifetime of conditioning. And it's not something that you're going to unlearn overnight, but you can unlearn it, which is always the good news. And eventually when you unlearn this type of conditioning, this faulty belief that this person gets to decide how you feel and what they say goes, you will eventually get to a point where you start noticing that you're gaslighting yourself and you're going to start getting curious about why you're gaslighting yourself instead of judging yourself. Instead of judging yourself for feeling hurt by whatever's hurting you, you're going to ask yourself, why am I judging myself for this? I am a normal person with emotions and it's okay to have emotions and it's none of anybody else's business how I feel. So let me go feel those feelings, right? Maybe I'm gonna go journal. And if you have not journaled yet, if you haven't taken my free quiz yet, it is at the link in the description. It's gonna have the journaling instructions in your results. And don't worry, nobody's gonna read what you journaled about because the most important part of this exercise is destroying it after. So take the quiz and you'll know what I'm talking about. And then you're going to process, whatever emotions are there, right? The self-judgment, the repressed shame, whatever it is. And you're going to release that and you're going to create space for clarity that it's okay to feel hurt by what this person did or whatever the situation is. And you're not going to judge yourself. And you're not going to believe this false narrative that you're not allowed to feel hurt or whatever. And the other perk is you're not going to be in one of those days-long or weeks-long bamboozled trauma response states where you're just so emotionally bamboozled and, in that state that the narcissist wants you to be so they can feed off of those emotions. It is attainable. You can totally get there. One day at a time, one baby step at a time. You absolutely got this. Thank you so much for being here. And if you don't know where to start your healing journey, I've got 3 amazing options for you. You can find them all at the link in the description. Number 1, which I talked about, the free quiz. The results are going to help you. They're going to have actual tangible things. The second thing that I wanted to mention is my Freedom Group Coaching Program. It is a community group coaching program. There's not that many people in it yet, so now is a really great time to join. And if you're watching this in the month of August 2024, there is an $800 discount. It's over 50% off. There are payment plans available, but this is the lowest that you'll be able to join, and that discount expires on August 31st. So check out that link in the description to take advantage of this amazing discount. If you're watching this beyond August 2024, you probably missed it, but there might be some other great promotions going on as well in the link in the description. So still feel free to check it out. And option number 3 is my Bulletproof Group Coaching Program. This is my small group program. 8 people or less. I only offer it twice per year. And you can also follow the link in the description to submit a waitlist application so that you can secure your spot for the next round. Plus, you get a massive discount just for being on the waitlist. I hope you found today's video helpful. Once again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you've made it this far, if you're literally still watching this video, I would imagine you've gotten something out of this video. So I don't think it's a lot to ask to just hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and help my channel grow. And help me get this channel to grow, because it's tough on YouTube to grow. Like Instagram, TikTok, so easy. I have like hundreds of thousands of followers, views, all that kind of stuff. YouTube, it's like, oh my gosh, what do I need to do here? But I do hope that this content resonates. And again, feel free to share this with anybody that you think might find it useful. Spread the word. And I'm just gonna abruptly end this now because I don't know how to end things. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.